GM. Hope you all are having a wonderful week. Excited for our second installment of Ethereal Beauty. Will be pretty fun to just give you guys a little bit of updates. That's really our goal here in these conversations. Every time we're chatting, we want to let you guys know what's our progress, what are we building towards, what are we keeping an eye on, and how do we keep getting better. This is kind of a really fun opportunity in Web3, even though I know the market is generally kind of, down, although we've seen a little bit of green over the last few days, and, probably the last week. What we do believe is powerful here is that there's a moment to truly build right now. An opportunity for some patience, which is hard to find. Traditionally, builders in this market struggle to align with patient holders. And what we're aiming to do is really, in a lot of ways, starting from scratch from a builder opportunity and trying to accelerate as fast as we can. And that acceleration is moving quickly. And we have a lot of big updates that we'll kind of share at a high level. And we'll kind of let you know how we're kind of emphasizing the value across the Ether community and how we're kind of prioritizing our time and our resources as well. The other big thing we'll also talk about, maybe just start off, is how are we looking at this market as well. I think market conditions are always going to be important for any founder in the space, any builder in the space, and we should also be available to share those insights back to you as collectors and holders, because of course that's going to impact the way you guys are going to interact with the market as well. So, if we dive in on the market side, from a high-level agenda, let's talk market. Let's talk about Ether priorities. Let's talk about what we're doing to unlock value for corrupts, whales, and then also talk about what are the product experiences as well that are coming through. We have a lot of stuff in progress, but it'll take time. So we're going to walk you through where those are and how they're being accordingly prioritized. So when it comes to the market conditions, I think the big thing to understand is, we should be still expecting a general bear for an extended period of time. There will be moments where the market may have healthy kind of activity, and we kind of saw one of those slightly healthy activities over this past week. Essentially, what we saw was the bleeding on a lot of the core blue chips kind of stopped. That bleeding was brutal. We saw Azuki bleed, we saw DeGods bleed, we saw Bored Apes bleed, we saw Captains bleed. It's been tough as they all kind of hit kind of their local bottoms in quite a bit of time. But now the question is like, where was the defense going to come? That was a really big question we had to understand, as whales were kind of shaken to their core in a lot of the ways. And what I'm now starting to recognize here is that, hey, there's a little bit of defense. And this is actually a really good sign. Seeing defense on Ether, seeing defense on DeGod, seeing defense on all these properties is a healthy sign overall in the market. Essentially, there are individuals who have either bags tied or a belief and conviction that these assets should be retaining more value than we expected. And because of that, we hope that this continues to be a trend. But again, we never want to get overexcited over anything on a weekly trend. What is really important is we have to be looking at on monthly trends. What is going to be actually sustainable? Because again, there's a lot of factors that could be impacting, of course, this little bit of defense. Not only is it because of conviction of whales, but we also saw some interesting stuff from the SEC side of the equation on certain rulings. We also are starting to see kind of some of the macroeconomics also come in. So we have to recognize there's a lot of evolving variables. And for us as builders currently behind Ether and at Tribe, we're really trying to just be focused on long-term outputs. Yes, there may be good windows, but the key is going to be, when do these windows get sustainable over a month period? That's when the excitement really gets going. And that's what we're going to really put a lot more emphasis on if we're going to see this scale. But the great thing for us is that, we're not really worried about any types of extraction, right? When we look to Ether's in a very different position than most other entities. We've already gone through one of the hardest positions for any startup, which is the mint and launch itself. Because of that, right, now what we're trying to do is we're trying to ensure there's value to holders and that there's reasons to accumulate and hold long term. And that's still a challenge still in this space because we're trying to work on and look at really key metrics on how many of our holders are we actually able to communicate with and engage with? What are the ways that we can amplify that? And right now we're focusing on just kind of this internal communication for hardcore believers. What is really nice about this hardcore belief here at the moment right now, it's those of you who are already in our Discord and put Ether as one of the core brands here in the entity. And because of that, what we have now is that we have this huge opportunity to allow you guys to feel that, hey, there's conviction in what is being built and there's a real roadmap behind here. We don't have to be in a rush for anything. And as you guys recognize, there's not an extraction being designed. We don't have to worry about any mint windows. We don't have to worry about your guys' liquidity. What we have to worry about is your conviction in the brand. And that's the amplification of what we need to now do here at Ether is increase that amplification and value on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And that's really now the challenge that we're pushing in. We've been essentially in the trenches now for a couple of weeks. In this trenches in a couple of weeks, we've learned a lot of different things. The two biggest things that we've been learning from a data perspective here as well is that as we've already highlighted, one of the biggest value propositions for Ether at the moment right now is there is a strong conviction of whales. When you look at the holder distribution breakdown, Ether has one of the more top-heavy holder distributions, which is generally good in bear market. There's still a decent amount of distribution on the bottom as well. But when we look at number of holders who hold like 3 or more, 4 or more, or 5 or more, Ether from a ratio perspective tends to be in a very top category, which is a very bullish element we want to continue to go on. But one of the other metrics that we still have to recognize is that we right now believe over the last 2 weeks of our comms, we've really only been able to interact with about 30 to 40% of our active holders. That means there's still about this 50% of engagement of active holders that we now need to focus on. The 50% that we think is actually going to happen is going to be outside of this Discord. And this is where we now need to focus on our strategies to kind of amplify onto Twitter as well. We're probably planning to activate Twitter maybe not next week, but the following week, so that there's a little bit more announcements and values there. But right now we're utilizing Twitter Spaces by just being able to engage and have some organic conversations on Ether as well. And that's been going well. When an audience is willing to actually intelligently be interested and want to discover what Ether is doing, we're seeing just a lot of good feedback. We've seen actually a lot of organic buys that have happened during some of our AMAs that have just been kind of informal. We haven't structured any AMAs, mainly because, to be very transparent, Ether doesn't have a lot to share. That's the actually important thing to understand. Ether will have a lot to share very shortly. But again, 2 weeks into a relationship, products aren't built overnight. And Ether is starting relatively from a scratch perspective on the product side of the equation. So with that, right, we want to make sure that we're using Twitter correctly. We want to know that if we do make some noise, that noise has to be meaningful. It not only needs to activate, say, the other 50% or so of holders that haven't truly engaged, but what it also needs to activate is all of the other non-holders to be at least curious on what we're building. And that's actually what Ether's strategy is over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Our goal is to continue to increase the curiosity around Ether. What is actually happening? What is actually being competent? What is actually being shared? What is actually being built? What is actually going to be executed? And as long as they're paying attention, what we're really doing is we're trying to build this rule of 3. And the idea is that we want 3 impressions, 3 interactions in regard to the Ether brand. What we want is that, hey, not only do we want you to listen to us on one show, but maybe multiple shows. Or, hey, we would want you to see or interact with multiple of our tweets. Or, of course, hopefully interact multiple times in our Discord, especially if you're a holder as well. The more of those times we could do it, the more of the impressions, the more of the interactions we could tap into, the more conviction we can build when we have major announcements. And again, we're building towards that. And when it comes to all of these kind of major announcements, the big thing is that they have to be real. This entire market in Web3 has gotten pretty boring. And the real reason is everyone's in a rush to launch some kind of soft partnership or some type of minimal feature or some type of minimal offering. That's not what Ether's goal is going to be. We'll still be continually improving certain elements, and we'll share some of those smaller announcements here with you. But those don't merit major hype. Those don't merit major announcements, right? And because of that, we want to make sure our signal to noise ratio is strong. And this is also important to understand where Ether is coming from. Ether still has a lot of toxicity it needs to fight. Those is probably the other very, very clear thing that we ended up seeing in this market was that, just very straightforward. If you're outside of Ether, you've probably been poisoned or have a toxic view on what Ether is. This is, again, was a gap in regard to lack of communication by the Ether team, but also more importantly, right, the inability to execute around mint. That stays with a lot of people. And it's very easy for traders to cast these projects into the past. Like they don't believe there's going to be an opportunity for a revival, a return, a rise from the ashes like moment. So when Ether inevitably does have that moment, that's why we're here. We believe it will have a rise from the ashes moment. It needs to be so strong that it's undeniable, right? Undeniable. Undeniable doesn't happen in 1 week. Undeniable doesn't happen in 2 weeks. Undeniable happens in months, right? I'm not saying it's months from today, but the idea is that we need to build long-term product execution in order to get there. So, what I want to talk to you guys about is how are we now prioritizing that internally at Ether. So, the two biggest things that we've been doing is that we need to solve, essentially a two-front battle. This first battle is we need product execution to be moving forward, and that's where we actually are setting up teams, executing, scoping, and building product. Again, everything that you heard about what Ether's products would be in the past before Tribe and before myself joining in, you probably want to discard most of that. I'm not saying that we're going to effectively remove or ignore all of those elements, but rather we're going to build these holistically. What has Ether traditionally struggled with? There's never really been a long holistic plan. There's never been a complete plan. There's never actually been a scoped plan. And this is what we're changing here. Scoping means actually documenting, doing full UI and UX mockups, understanding what the technical risks are, understanding what it's going to take for a security audit. It's bringing all of these components in to actually ship a product. And that product means you have to have multiple team members. The way Ether was run prior to Mint is that there was effectively only realistically 2 product team members at the time. Everyone else was primarily community support at that point. So because of that, what you'll realize is that this team is actually coming in with essentially only product debt. And what I mean by that, there's essentially no product documentation when we started, and there's no processes being started. Essentially, even lore and storytelling was effectively missing from this. Most of the lore and storytelling were kind of fit by the community. But the cool thing is we can now solve this. And we can solve this with all of you guys here as well. And this is kind of where it becomes really special and really powerful, is that we're going to allow you guys all to get real value and, more importantly, real input into the design process. And this is what's essentially going to make Ether a little bit different. We're not just trying to, effectively say, hey, we're going to build a great product on our own. What we're also doing is that we want to build a product that allows you guys to have input. So one of the features that you're going to start seeing here coming in the next week or so is that we're going to allow you to guys have, as holders, the ability to vote on certain elements and features that are coming in. This doesn't mean that you guys individually control roadmap, but rather you guys individually influence roadmap. And that's an actual very important thing. You're going to have influence on quite a few elements that are going to be important. The real important thing that you want to understand is that 2 things. 1, you're going to have influence on, again, what this actual brand will represent. The second thing that you'll also have influence on is also some of the core creative. One of the unique things that we've done here at Ether is that we have acquired one of the one-of-ones ourselves. So one of the one-of-ones currently sit, and this will kind of be born through V. And V is going to have his own creative process, but he's actually going to open that creative process to you guys. You will help co-create one of the core 5 characters in the world of Ether as well. So we'll start opening up that process here where it'll actually be a really fun interaction. Not only will you get to vote on key elements of that character, right, but you'll actually see it get built in real time. This is one of the really special things that Ether does have. When we continue to look at all the amazing things and conversations from our community, it's the fact that everyone wants to connect deeper into with V. Everyone wants to have an ability, right, like of where this product is going to go. And this is where it's going to be really great, is that more of these co-creation processes is going to allow you to come closer to the brand. These 5 one-of-one characters are going to be incredibly special, not only for the storytelling as well, but what's also going to be really great is that they're going to be the core brand. And with that core brand alongside Corrupts and alongside your standalone characters, you're going to see a world kind of be built around this, which is going to be pretty cool. So what do we now want to do, right? What do we want to now build is that we want to make sure that we keep empowering our holders with real product. The other big thing that we're trying to do is we're scoping out what we've mentioned is a full gacha-based arcade system. This is not your typical simplistic gacha-based system. This is a full system to bring you closer to the art and reward you for your loyalty. When it comes to this kind of gacha-like system, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to reward you for healthy, positive actions that support the community. But also at the same time, what we're excited about is that it will allow you to choose where you want to spend your rewards for potential yield as well. This is kind of the important thing that when we're trying to build this system is we have to build it sustainably. Why do most staking systems usually fail? They don't have an actual reward system that's sustainable. Why do also most staking systems fail? They're all built for short-term value propositions. What are we trying to do? We're trying to build essentially a reward gacha-based incentivized system that lasts for years. And that's going to be a really, really, really fun process that is going to allow you guys to have a lot of access to this world. So with that, that's a really deep scope. It's going to have 3 key components into it. It's first going to have the ability to have what we call is co-edit rights. You will have the ability to edit your PFP. If you already have a perfect PFP, wonderful. You're going to have some other cool things about it. We'll share more of those details shortly. But again, the ability to have some edit control, we think is going to allow you to come closer to the product. And that's what we really want to bring behind this. The second thing we want to really unlock is this kind of ability for you guys to have meaningful rewards that are kind of delightful. It's what we all love about a gacha system. What is our favorite thing is when we see a gacha system with this kind of interaction and reaction. Let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. Hold on. I'll just drop it in the chat. Right? It's this kind of joy. If you're not familiar with kind of how most of these gachapon machines actually work, they're essentially just kind of a simple arcade, put in some coins. Simple vending machines, put in some coins, and then you're essentially getting some random output out. Essentially you're usually choosing a gachapon depending on a brand that you connect with. These are usually little toys in real world. Sometimes they're pencils or erasers. What we want is we want this joy of you to find which machine you want and be able to get you interesting rewards that connect both in a Web 2 and Web 3 lens. So this will be the second area within the world that you'll be able to use your rewards in order to have redemption value as well. The third thing that you'll also be able to kind of have, which I think is going to be quite powerful when we look to the overall vision here, is that we also want you to be able to connect closer to the world behind Ether too. So one of the things that's actually really special about Ether is that it does have these amazing characters, but there's actually a world behind it, and we want to build art for it. What you've seen already is that we built 2 very different types of art styles in this brand. We're now trying to find ways to interestingly connect with it. Yeah, as you can kind of see this beautiful capsule character, right? It's wonderful, right? Here's just a transparent version of it. Beautiful, slightly different style, kind of very elegant, very beautiful, kind of like built for this, almost like this majestic AAA style of anime, which is great. And then, of course, we kind of have this like kind of degen-y vibe as well with not only our characters, but also what we got in the trailer as well. That kind of shows you a slightly different vibe, a vibe that's also really exciting as well here too, right? Where you can see characters like this. I love the diamond grill here as well. And you'll see quite a few different things that came in that trailer. We want to now kind of open both of these worlds up so that you guys have access to it. And of course, it kind of makes it really interesting on where this world can go. This will also include essentially a storefront. So you essentially will have the ability to edit your PFPs. You'll be able to kind of play gacha-like games for random outputs. And then lastly, you'll kind of have a storefront for other rewards. And some of these will be physical and some of these will be digital rewards as well too. What's actually really nice about this is that you're going to see this kind of huge opportunity, especially if you are a whale. If you're someone who's been holding a lot and are doing healthy actions, the great thing here is that, yeah, you could play a lot of these gacha token games and see what kind of rewards you can get. There's a lot of fun there. Or you could be a baller and just go to the storefront and buy stuff exactly out of that with it. And when I say buy stuff, I'm not saying with ETH. It's with kind of reward-based token system that we will be creating. Again, this is not an ERC20 token. This has nothing to do with speculative value in those manners. Don't view it in those types of ways. But rather, this will either be an ERC721 or an ERC1155 based token. And this token will be given to you guys for different rewarded actions. And there's a lot of different rewarded actions that are going to be able to come. It's not only about delisting and unlisting your assets. There's also going to be stuff like combos. And those combos are going to also kind of turn into the world and the design as well. It has nothing to do with any of the previous designs. This has nothing to do with any of the previous stuff you've ever seen Tribe build. Completely different. So no need to make any comparisons here as well. So what's really exciting here is that we were trying to give Ether its organic brand and its organic design and its organic structure. And we think that's going to be a really powerful thing coming through. So again, that system's going to take time. So what are we going to do in the meantime is we're going to start leveraging snapshots. These snapshots will be happening relatively soon. We'll give you guys an official date probably within the next few days. But essentially, these snapshots will allow you to start getting tokens ahead of time. So if you believe in this and you want to start delisting your assets, these snapshots will be occurring. And when the Essential Gachapon Arcade opens up, you'll be able to have more tokens than the rest. The great thing is each one of your Ether NFTs and PFPs can have the ability to unlock a really, really valuable opportunity along the way. And because of that, right, what's actually really positive in this kind of structure and this design is you'll have the ability to also, again, have influence in regard to the world and how you want to use those tokens too. You could stack those tokens, right, which I think is really interesting. But also what's kind of interesting as well is that you could utilize this for long-term value for accrual too, to bring you closer into this world. And that's the hard thing about building an IP brand, right? You have to build an IP brand to bring loyalty within the world, within the users, within the connection. And this is kind of the one thing that Ether has struggled with historically. And now with Ether here, right, is that I really want to be able to unlock all of those opportunities kind of moving forward to kind of give you more and more upside. And if you could do this correctly, you'll see some really cool things coming through. So this is kind of where the product evolution is kind of going into and what we're now unlocking. But there's one key group we need to start figuring out value for. And this is where we're starting to accelerate. So starting later today, we will be opening up private chat rooms for different communities. The first one that we'll be starting is Corrupts. So Corrupts, you will have your own holder chat here within this ecosystem, and we will be building a unique roadmap just for Corrupt holders as well. What we believe here is that we believe that long-term, you always want to be able to support your most loyal holders that are holding assets that are deemed to be rare. One of the biggest problems that a lot of the different companies in Web3 have done is that they've massively struggled, right, to be transparent, to actually reward users that have spent multiples compared to the floor. And that's a real miss. One of the biggest mistakes Azuki did is that they essentially gave yield in a one-to-one relationship regardless of the rarity of your asset. So what it actually ended up doing is that for a lot of those whale holders, they started to doubt, was it worth holding these whale assets at 20 or 30x floor price when you specifically look at stuff like spirits as well. And this is kind of where you recognize is that whales are your most important holders, right? Those who are sizing up are always what you want to start building for. So because of that, we're going to kind of open these in sequential order. This week we'll be opening up Corrupt Chat. Next week we'll be opening up Whale Chat. And the real reason for this, or why we want to build these at two separate times, is that we want to make sure there's actually devotion and time to support each of those ecosystems, right? So what is the actual issue here? No, Ether does not need an official rarity ranking system, to be very honest. I actually don't think that's what it is. I think rarity, in a weird way, is defined by you as a community. Those of you guys who are looking at rarity sheets and rarity numbers on Blur are playing the game wrong, right? The rarity is already defined. There's corrupts and there's non-corrupts. There may be different subgroups that may be valuable in different traits, right? But essentially, a rarity number is not that game. You're actually trying to think about, you're actually thinking about the game incorrectly, right? In our opinion, when we look at how Web3 has been designed. In the end, what you want to actually be able to do is be able to create different layers of value. And the different layers of value is, of course, around the rarity that's already been built. So there's one-of-ones, there's corrupts, and then there's essentially the sub-rarity assets. And if you actually look at how Ether's built the rarity of these assets, it's actually very blended because there's actually quite a few traits. And again, it could be decided that, are less traits more valuable or are more traits more valuable? Right now, that's kind of artificially done by Blur. Yes, we can maybe make a little bit of an influence of what those can mean, but in reality, we actually don't think trait rankings is what matters. What matters is what are the sub-communities built around certain traits of value. This is actually what I think, Azuki actually did incredibly well. It was not about the rarity rankings. It was about the sub-traits that created subgroups as well. And that's an area that we'll start moving forward to as well. Yeah, it might be for your shooters might be one thing, right? Or, your samurai mask. Or for me, I'm always trying to trick people into doing kimono waves, right? Because I think the kimono waves is the best asset here as well. And that's kind of the other nice little thing, is that we could actually scale these up over time as we start seeing a lot of value. But we want to build that structure with corrupts first. What's also unique about corrupts is that corrupts are actually going to be supported in a couple of ways. One, corrupts are going to be the asset that will actually be receiving its own roadmap, as I mentioned. With its own roadmap, that will be a roadmap that will actually be run and supported by myself individually and Tribe. And what I mean by that is that we're actually, as Tribe, as individual entity, are going to come in and support this holder base to be able to push them to another level. And this means that we want to work and see, what do corrupt holders value? Do you guys want more allocations, right, for potential whitelist? Do you guys want custom physical products? Do you guys want the ability to collectively buy or build a vault together? There's a lot of different options here, right? And I think that's where this is going to get really powerful, is that we're going to allow corrupts to make those choices and those votes. So we'll start sharing with you guys in a corrupt chat here, hopefully later today. We'll probably open it up. And from that, I'm going to take ideas, and then we're going to essentially allow you guys to have pretty large influence within your group. Again, your influence is for corrupt as holders. What we're hoping to do is that as you guys build and accrue value, what's already really powerful is corrupts are already trading at 20x floor, right? Which is a very good sign. Sometimes it's trading 25, 30x floor. There's something really powerful with that magic number of 50. And what's also really powerful on that magic number of 50 is the fact that only 40 or so have been found. There's still like 8 to 10 more to be discovered, and they kind of open up at different times, which I think will also be really fun and really exciting to see which members are joining and where that's going to kind of unlock as well. So, yeah, there's 7 left for the public, I believe, but there's also Team Vault as well, too, which is part of it as well. So there's, I believe, 11 total, and 39 have been found, I believe is the exact number, something like that. Actually, here, let's, yeah, I think that's the exact number, but let's go check really quickly and make sure how many corrupts are there in gender. Yep, 39 corrupts. That is the correct number. So 7 still available in public, 4 still available in Treasury Vault. And this is the other important thing. The Treasury Vault will not just stay with the Treasury Vault. The Treasury Vault will also be moving into a new vault as well. Part of the Treasury Vault is going to be pretty cool, where we're going to create a player reward vault as well. So there are going to be capsules that are going to be distributed back to you guys as holders, which is also going to be really cool. Our goal isn't just to be able to keep the 200 or so internally. A handful of those are being allocated in regard to our partnership here as we support Ether in the trenches, but also a large percentage of those are also going to go back into a vault for rewards too. The great thing is that not only will you have the ability to earn other prizes, other art, other small little items, but the other powerful thing that you're going to be able to get is, again, this huge opportunity to earn capsules that are from the Treasury Vault and even revealed avatars as well. We think that's important. We want to keep giving you guys a bunch of upside to this. We're also working to maybe reacquire a couple of corrupts publicly as well. And the nice thing about the public corrupts here too is that meaning that we could actually bring that into our prize pool as well. Again, we believe in rewarding holders. That's the entire thesis for Ether here at the moment right now. If you've been already following attention in the market, we've been really intrigued with guys like who've been building Points Parlor with the gods. We've been intrigued with old school what Kyung's is doing with his network and his ecosystem, but it goes all the way back to CyberKong's as well, right? When they built their arcade, and shout out to Coco, where he gave a lot of rewards back to holders as well. We kind of want to be able to build something similar in that structure, and very much and very closely, Tribe's already been doing this within our own infrastructure, so we're quite well aware of how this can offer value to each and every one of you. And that's just the start, because again, we want our core for Ether to be as strong as possible. And again, our thesis is simple. More alignment, more rewards, more value for active contributors and active holders who are aligning with healthy long-term actions. This is exactly where we're going to build a lot of value here as well. So there's going to be a lot of cool things that we're going to be able to build and hopefully unlock for each and every one of you guys along the way. So with that, the other big thing that we want to do is, as I mentioned, is open up whale chat. Currently, whale chat's at 10. There's actually a chance we're going to be dropping that number a little bit down. And the real reason for that is that we think whales are probably more akin to a more specific number. 10 was kind of an arbitrary number used at the moment right now. But again, we'll see. There might be 2 layers of whales. There might be white whales. And then there might be blue whales. And the real reason for that is that if you have conviction into this process, we want to bring you guys into the fold. And again, if you actually look at it for kind of any market, if you're holding usually 5 or more assets, yeah, you're incredibly strong. So you kind of have it correctly, Wildy Tama. It'll probably be something at a 10 and 5 interval. We sustain you guys at 10 as white whales. And then 5 will be kind of blue whales or, whatever the naming conventions may be at this point. So with that, we want to allow you guys to still be able to be part of these worlds. And I think, again, at the same time, there'll be different reward structures for both the 10 and 5. That will also open up next week, and we'll kind of give you guys a huge opportunity to get closer to the product and the product experience too. What's also really exciting is that Ether is already in deep conversations with real strategic partners. So we believe that Ether is a brand that is capable to be pushed into multiple mediums as well. These are still very early talks, but I want to talk to you about the 2 verticals that we are currently prioritizing for Ether that will take a handful of weeks, if not a few months, to fully come together. Partnerships are not easy. Partnerships require a lot of alignment, but thus far the conversation has been fruitful. One of the biggest things that we're really interested in is the category of gaming. We really want to be able to unlock Ether to be able to be added into certain game experiences. This doesn't mean that, a lot of people are telling you we could put you in Roblox or we're going to create our own level in Fortnite. I actually don't care about either of those things right now, to be very honest. Sure, you could add those elements in, but those actually aren't real, unique, singular product differentiators, right? What do I actually want to do is that if we integrate Ether into a product experience, It should feel native and built just for that product itself. It cannot be replicated in other ways. It should feel powerful. It should feel unique. It should feel immersive. So what's great is that we are already in conversations with a handful of mobile game developers and PC-based game developers at the moment right now to see what that product experience can look like. So with that, there's some interesting challenges, right? First is we need to understand what is the actual game engine they're using and what is the art style they're building. There are a few that are using kind of a 2D or a 2.5D thing. The other thing is, right, they're actually getting there are a few that are building full 3D opportunities as well. So if we can allow for both of those to exist, what we need to then understand is what do Ether avatars potentially look like in 3D? That is not an easy challenge if we were to ever to go after that. The real reason for that is like 2D to 3D takes a little bit of time of perfection. There's a little bit of interest, there's a little bit of intrigue, and there's a little bit more about understanding what are the bases of these characters and these models. But there's a huge, powerful opportunity behind this is that we are already pushing forward with models on behalf of the one-of-one characters. So we believe there's a really cool 2-for-1 opportunity here that we're going to be able to create. So what is the actual nice thing here? It's first and foremost is the one-on-one characters are also being pushed forward, right, with physical figurines. Again, that design process is still in play, but we've essentially completed one of the first one-of-ones is near like 95% completion. The rest are now kind of at a point where they can be completed on every 7 to 10 days. With that means that we should have a full roster relatively quickly in the next 4 to 6 weeks here as well. Because of that, what's nice is that we're also going to be turning those characters into full 3D models, and then those 3D models will then be utilized for figurines too. Because of that, we'll then have a good aspect of what these models can look like, and we can actually take those same models and apply that potentially in regard to what those gaming conventions will be. But again, when it comes to 3D models for figurines, those tend to be very high poly models because of course you want as high detail as you possibly can. While traditionally in gaming, you really want to create low poly models so they could work on numerous devices as well. So of course, there's another process. It's not as easy as simply going like, oh, we got a model, we can do it. For example, if you're a fan of like a kid called Beast, AKCB, they built models that are kind of cool to use. But what is the problem? Those models have a million tries or polygons. Those million tries or polygons don't allow them to actually go into any game. Because again, or at least any mobile game or any legitimate PC game as well. So because of that, right, there's another restriction on the content creation potential behind that. So we want to make sure that when we do polish this for game opportunities, there'll be a high fidelity or high poly size and a low poly size as well that could go into both mobile games, web browser games, and of course PC games as well. So that is one of the categories we're putting a lot of emphasis on. The second category, as I've just kind of hinted at, is the physicals as well. We believe the figurines are going to be a really important thing because we want to start optimizing the collectible phase. Also, Corrupts have also started their progress for their first physical as well. The amazing thing here for Corrupts, and we'll share this with you guys here in the next probably next week, we'll share it more in detail. All Corrupt holders will get a small physical gift for free. We are going to be creating something that is special to you guys, which is going to be pretty cool. It's small, it's interesting, but it is going to be really capturing the Ether brand in every way we can. The real reason for this is that we want to make it feel special to holding a Corrupt. So in order to redeem and be able to capture this physical claim on behalf of all of Corrupt holders, there'll be a small action you will need to complete. Again, the only cost for you guys, we'll even eat shipping costs to you as long as you don't live on some weird remote island. We'll effectively even pay for all shipping as well to you as well for this physical good too. But there will be a small requirement. You will need to do some ways of course, having your asset unlisted and, of course, unlocking. It definitely is a fanny pack. We really feel you guys are going to love this fanny pack. It's way better than any fanny pack you've ever seen. Now, don't worry. No fanny packs here. What we do want to do is we want to tap into what luxury could be with balance, right? What is that luxury with design? And we think a lot of people are missing the boat with a lot of their physical redemption. I think if we give you a physical redemption, even if it's small, it should feel special and it should feel like you could get this nowhere else, right? What was the problem about a fanny pack? First of all, who the hell uses a fanny pack? The second thing is, I could get a fanny pack from anywhere else. This doesn't feel special. This doesn't feel unique. This doesn't feel like there is craft and charm and love and soul put into this product experience, right? So with that, we really want to take a different approach. The great thing is I am actually holding the first physical prototype in my hand. So the nice little thing here is that we're actually moving quite fast on this on behalf of Corrupts as well, which is pretty cool. No point in showing you yet. Don't worry. You'll see it soon. You're going to see this cool stuff. It's way cooler as a surprise. And here's the best part. You guys are actually going to be able to get it first as Corrupt holders, and you will be able to do an unboxing event and share it with everyone else. We want to give you guys the content creation leverage here as well if you value these assets too. And we think they're going to be pretty special too. And again, if you guys own it, you're going to get some pretty cool value. And yeah, if this all goes to plan, and again, production pipelines and stuff are always tough in this market. Physical claims for Corrupt will at least start by where our target is 30 to 45 days from now, right? It's a legitly fast process. We're not gonna waste our time here. And like I said, we got a prototype done in less than 2 weeks that is really stellar. So it'll be a really fun kind of product experience. Figurines, though, are a much longer product experience. I want to make sure I'm setting your expectations correctly. Figurines require you to get a cast and a mold. There's cost accordingly to that. There's currently 5 different models that are being designed. Again, each one of those require another variation of a unique mold as well. And then when you want to do a larger product line, right, again, you'll have to go through a factory sweep as well. And because of this, right, there's going to be a huge opportunity for us to get it right with quality, but we will move faster than almost anyone else that is optimizing with a figurine partnership. For those of you who don't know, the primary partner we're right now working with on the figurines is a company called Youtooz, Youtooz. Yeah, I believe that's how it's spelled. And we've been able to kind of really work with them and make sure we get all the costs currently structured. We'll have a much better update on the figurines once we get the first model done. We're hoping to get a first model done end of next week. Once we get that first model done, we'll have 3 big feedback loops from that. One is we'll get a timeline estimate. Second, we'll get a cost estimate. Third, we'll get a quality estimate. That's what we really want to focus on. But the nice thing is that we could start working on these in parallel, which is going to be pretty important. And this is what's also really nice is that we're building full character sheets for these characters, right? And what do I mean by that? Is that you'll have a huge opportunity to see a full 360-degree version of these characters. And what's really special is that this then allows us to build the base for all the other IP. What is all the other IP that we're going to be able to unlock over time? It's going to be, maybe we're going to go explore manga, right? Maybe we're going to go explore other forms of animated art or animation art. Maybe we're going to explore other elements of physicals. Because we have a model, full character sheet, and full visual representation behind it, it actually unlocks quite a bit. So this is what we need to keep V focused on, right? When V gets these done, we move relatively quickly, and more importantly, unlocks all the other creative avenues we want. Right now, we currently only have Youtooz going to be working on the initial molds, but we do have the opportunity to potentially create figurines for holders as well later. Again, we want to make sure we understand the cost structure, the time return, and whether or not it is something you guys want. We will effectively be giving you guys an ability to pre-order these characters as well, which I think is going to be pretty interesting. And if we see that interest, we'll commit. If we don't see that interest, no worries. Our goal is not to sell you something you don't want. We think these characters are going to be killer. We think they're going to be incredibly collectible. We think they're going to be incredibly beautiful. But the obligation right now is to the one-of-one holders, as that is one of the factors of why they've been able to grab that asset. But we believe it's going to open up quite a bit more. Once you see the characters, once you see the art, I think you guys will have the ability to make a much more
honest choice if that's something you guys truly want. And again, this is where voting infrastructure is going to come in. This is where corrupts and whales will be able to make a lot of that influence as well. And that's where I think it's going to get really, really exciting. Lastly, we're also experimenting with a few other ways to deliver this world. So one of the other fun things, as kind of Wildy Tom is noting here, is we're trying to see what other kind of art styles would you want. Do you want 3D characters of your avatars? Do you guys want other 2D kind of like collective community art as well, so that you guys can actually put do you want a GM art for all of your characters? Do you want other kind of presets for your character so that you can kind of have an ability for that? We want to definitely do that. We're definitely not doing full body. You guys are crazy if you think we're going to go create full body art for all of you guys one of one. It's not how this works, unless you want V to be working on this shit for 2 to 3 more years. What we want to realize is that, again, we need to be smart, right? One of the hardest things here is that when you're trying to build a product experience like this, there's only so much that you could do as generative, while the rest of your work needs to be structured in kind of more simplistic manners, right? This is how we're going to be efficient with capital, and this is how we're going to be efficient with what we're trying to build as well. But because of that, we're going to take some interesting approaches to see what you guys want. So we're actually getting prototypes of different art styles to be able to share with you guys in the next couple of weeks. And specifically corrupts and whales, you will get to vote. If you feel this is an art that you would like to see on behalf of your characters, let's do it. So one of those things that we think would be really cool, that is just kind of a novel idea, is like, yeah, hey, would you want pixel-like, Final Fantasy-like characters of all your characters, or a core cast of characters? Would that be fun? Would that be something you'd want to connect with? And is there a way to make that pretty interesting to then either build expanded game experiences or open that up for other games to allow that to come in too? Same thing. We want to explore this with 3D. We're also trying to see whether or not we want to unlock ways that for you guys as content creators to work as well too. So that's going to be the other last thing I'm going to touch on here as well, is that we are working closely to design some community content creating value. Community content creator value. What do I mean by that is that one of the amazing things here in regard to Ether is that there's been already a ton of great community members who've been supporting us in the trenches. We want to figure out a way to build this in a sustainable reward manner. No, we cannot hire every single person who wants to be on a community team and been creating community content to be full-time with us. We don't have the capital for that, right? And we don't have the ability to manage that. But what we want to do is we want to create healthy community incentives for you as well. So with that, for those of you who are creating content, for those of you who are supporting the community, for those of you who are running spaces, we're right now working through a structure to give meaningful incentives and rewards to do this as well too. And because of that, right, you're going to have a huge opportunity to kind of build this game, to kind of create this here too. So again, make sure you're paying attention to kind of where the design is going and where the community is being put first. We definitely value all of the amazing community members that continue to show up. We're going to allow you, of course, to keep giving you guys more incentives along the way. This might be in the form of ETH. This might be in the form of capsules or NFTs. And this might be in the form of other physical rewards that come along the way. Again, that's going to take some time because we do need to balance this out here as well. But again, no matter what, one of our biggest focuses is putting the community first as we get ready for the next level up. So yes, a lot of the systems that you're seeing here are maybe systems you may have heard before. But I promise you, no one's built a sustainable system that what we're aiming to do here at Ether. As a quick recap, let's kind of go through what we discussed here today as we kind of wrap up. And I'll do some Ether capsule reveals here afterwards if you want to stick around. So a couple quick things, right? As we kind of get into this, our biggest focus is getting the team ready, going, and scaling. When it comes to this team, right, we want to make sure everything's getting properly scoped and properly executed. We are right now aiming to build something pretty compelling that is a reward and loyalty-based system that allows you to get rewards not only from delisting, right, which is always a really boring thing. I know how many people want to run delisting parties. That's not at all what we're trying to do.
What we're really trying to do is we're trying to unlock, right, the ability for those of you who are doing healthy actions on behalf of the entity as well. You're actually going to see one of these small products, and here's a little bit of alpha, open up probably next week. We're going to do a quick alpha test internally over this weekend. If we get it right, one of the small little advantages that we're going to give you is for those of you who are already rocking your Ether as your PFP on Twitter, we would like to give you some rewards for that as well. So we have actually worked with our one of our core technical partners here within Tribe, and we're actually building a way where you could do quote unquote PFP staking. Again, this is a system that's been done. It's not something that, oh, we're the first one doing this at all, right? But rather it's, hey, we're going to give you rewards for it as well. So if you are currently, utilizing your PFP, you'll be able to connect your account and your Twitter account, confirm you own this assets here as well. And because of this, right, you're going to have the ability to kind of unlock your PFP and utilize it on Twitter. Unfortunately, Lychee, you will have to use one PFP if you want those rewards. That's the only way that system works. In your case, don't worry. I don't think you need to worry about the small little benefits maybe for yourselves, as you've got quite a few Ether. So if you value your identity across multiple Ether, feel free to do that. But again, the way this system works, right, is that we do need you guys to use one PFP. Don't get me wrong. I also have commitment issues. I just got this dope money girl. Let me see. Can I upload files? Let me see. Shout out to KV, who's been doing these amazing animations. Can I send this? It's a big file. I apologize, right? I love this money phone girl, and he just did this animation for me, which is sick. I just thought this was really cool. Brings the money phone up, and then makes it rain some dope-ass money out here as well, too. So there's kind of all these kind of dope little things that you can create that are pretty fun here, too. So this is going to be like the really powerful thing in regard to where we're going and what we're trying to build. So you're going to see a lot of other cool things. I also got one done for just my own character here too. Is this it? Yeah. This is one. I don't know why it doesn't show up here. For some reason, I think we have disabled animated GIFs, which is kind of annoying. I got to work with Drew on that front to make sure that it doesn't. So again, there's some really cool ways to kind of bring your characters to life. So again, if you're already using a PFP for Ether, again, we want to give you guys some more upside on that as well. Again, you do need to keep it as one. That's the only way this system works. We're not working for outliers here on that front. If you can't do it, no worries. It's all good. Just enjoy yourself, right? But if you are already using it as one primary identity here too, we're going to make sure that you get rewards. So the way it works is that you'll be able to connect your Twitter, your Discord, and your wallet. And then you'll be able to select and confirm one of your PFPs to use on your Twitter profile. And effectively every day, we'll be checking and confirming on the back end that you're utilizing it as your PFP. We think it's really important to get healthy impressions out in the market. And again, if you do that, you'll then also be unlocking unique roles, right? And there's roles for different streaks of keeping the same PFP as well. So what these roles will actually unlock for you is they'll actually unlock different raffles and also potentially different tokens here as well. And that's the real nice thing about this design, is that you'll have to make that choice. Again, all of you, if you're already doing this with another PFP, again, it's very simple. You have to make a choice. I don't know why you guys keep asking the question. You could only have one PFP, choose the system that you want, pick. Very simple. It's not that hard. So with that, again, if you value that, you can do it. And the nice little thing about here as well is that you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of rewards that will be coming to those holders. And those will be via raffles, but also it will be tokens as well too. And I think that'll be a really fun way for you guys to get a little bit more upside here along the way. And again, it's just a simple way of us saying thank you. We believe that one of the biggest things we already have is we have 200, 300 plus people who are already doing this, right? We would love for you guys to continue to get rewards for that as well. So if all goes well, we're going to probably unlock this next week. Again, we're right now going into prototype testing with it. We're going into QA testing with that to make sure that all wallet verification works, all tool verification works, and we make this really clean and simple.
You'll have a standalone sign-up page here as well, which I think will be really nice. And with that standalone sign-up page, you'll be able to make those connections. So again, that'll be one of the small little things that we start rolling out, and this will roll into, of course, the larger product experiences here as well. The other big thing that you guys want to be able to do, as well as we kind of look at this recap, is recognizing that we're putting a priority on a couple key categories within the Ether world. We want to continue to give you guys more value in regard to the art, but we also want to give you guys more value in regard to the physicals as well. So stay tuned as you kind of see both the one-of-ones progress, but also see how the figurines progress. This is going to be a little bit more of a longer window. You'll see one-of-one reveals kind of happen over the next few, every 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to see a new one kind of be unlocked. And then as that kind of builds up, you'll also see the progress with the figurines to follow. Figurines take a little bit longer. The other nice thing that you're also going to see is that for those of you who are corrupts, you're going to have your own chat opening up. And whales, you'll have your own chat opening up early next week. There'll be 2 different types of whales. We'll have kind of a white whale and a blue whale, 5 and 10 accordingly. And they'll have different rewards and different prizes accordingly for that and different access. For you as corrupt holders, you guys will get that unlocked, as I mentioned, this week. And you'll actually get some key choices coming at you in the next 48 hours as well on how you want to structure it. As corrupts, as we mentioned, we want to give you guys significant power, but we want to make sure you feel empowered to be able to represent this brand. The other amazing thing is there's a lot of people who actually own multiple corrupts, which is great. And with that, you're also going to be able to get some yields and rewards behind that too. With one of those, of course, being one of the first physical claims. Those first physical claims will be coming out at no cost to you. We will take on all the costs, including shipping. And then all we'll need from you guys is a shipping address. You could tell us to ship it to a P.O. box, a friend's house. We're not here to take your personal information. It's totally up to you. We don't care. And the nice little thing is that we're hoping to be able to get that out in about 30 to 45 days of those shipping dates as well. So it should be pretty fun. If you live in Narnia, it might be a little bit hard, but again, we'll make sure that we'll get you some upside here as well too. The nice little thing here as well is that we look at Tribe and we look at Ether. Our biggest focus now is going to be how do we keep building and scaling these communities as well. So the next big thing that we really want to do is we want to make sure that we start activating Twitter accordingly. So if you are around, one of the things I do recommend if you're interested, again, it's not because I care about you guys following me or anything like that, but I will continue to kind of jump into different chats. And again, if you're a community member, tell me where I should be going. If you see someone talking about Ether or you feel someone's talking about AMAs that are relevant to us, feel free to follow me and feel free to connect to me as well on where I should be going. Shout out to so many of the amazing community members here who tell me about different AMAs. This is great. I'll usually show up. I always want to spend 20, 30 minutes and giving more communities upside in what we're doing and what we're building. So again, if you want, feel free to follow me. Again, I'll be following everyone who's rocking a Ether PFP as well in the stake system here as well. And generally I'm okay at responding, but don't DM me as much. You could definitely message me here in this chat. I suck at Twitter DMs, but I'm definitely more active here in the chat as well. All right. With that, let me do a couple quick things as well as we kind of wrap up. We'll give you guys a product update as well starting next week. And the product update will be on the full gotcha system. As we mentioned, the gotcha system is going to have 3 different value props. First is kind of giving you co-edit rights on your PFP or your ability to preserve it as a gem PFP. We'll talk about that a little bit more soon. Second, you'll be able to play gachapon-like systems where with the tokens you earn, you'll be able to enter them into different types of prizes and rewards. There'll be a gachapon machine for 1 token, a gachapon machine for 2 tokens, and a gachapon machine for 3 tokens. They'll all kind of have different prizes, different rewards. Feel free to test your luck. And then lastly, the third component will be a storefront. Especially if you're a whale, that's where it can be. You could come in, limited-like items will be in that, and you could buy it and accumulate it as well. The great thing is none of these have cost to you at the moment right now. If I'm being fully transparent, the only thing that we expect to have cost anytime in the near future is going to be figurine. That's it. Again, those will be optional. If you want a figurine, great. We're going to make sure that when we do sell you guys figurines, we're not trying to sell them for profit. Realistically, we're going to be very close to break even alongside handling costs as well. And if that's something you really want, great. We'll make sure to unlock that as well so you guys can get more upside there too. But again, in the end, just realize is that this is not about extraction. Ether is focusing on delivering significant value to each and every one of you as we build over the next 2 to 3 months, which is going to take time. But this is exactly the exact time for us to be patient. But again, if you feel that we need to accelerate certain things, reach out to us. If you feel that we need to be prioritizing other things, reach out to us. Everything that we're trying to do with this entity is on your guys' behalf. Again, many of you might not have the depth or detail of understanding like the long-term building strategy we're going after. So feel free to ask questions and we'll always give you answers. The good thing here is we are running this as a product and tech company first. This is a company that's effectively brought in seed-like capital, if you look at the type of capital we're working with, and we're trying to be as efficient as we can. In that efficiency, you're going to see a lot of cool upside along the way with this journey. With this, I'm going to kind of wrap up. I want to see if you guys have any other core questions. If you do, I'm more than happy to answer them here as well. I'm trying to see if our boy Drew. Yeah, hold on. Let me just do this really quickly. Sorry, give me just a second. And we are in, what is this channel? Is the stage. Oh, what a cool name. So if you do have questions, you could feel free to add them here in the chat right now. I'm more than happy to do it. T, please check your OpenSea deals. I don't check OpenSea deals, man. I'm not really doing deals, but I'll try to check it later. I'm super slow at that stuff, right? I'm not really looking to trade. I'm really trying to build more and more stuff. Crushy's asked, when Ether game part 2? That's a great question for Drew. Drew and I are working on a few different things on seeing how we can expand it. This will actually probably be something that is prioritized in the whale chat rooms. We want to see, is this something you guys want? How do we prioritize that? And how do we make those resources work? The nice thing here is working with Drew. He's incredibly talented, and we'll be able to have more value kind of coming in. New hires will probably be revealed next week. We really wanted to make sure that, again, they're kind of settled and they're working. Again, as we mentioned, we brought in a front-end engineer, a UI UX support, a fashion designer support. We're about to finalize the smart contract lead support. We're finalizing a back-end developer support. We've brought in an artist as well to work with V, already working in the trenches as well. And then we're also, of course, brought on, a community support as well. So there are already team members, as you already know, guys like Drew and Hanson supporting as well. We want to keep adding all of these things here, right, in this kind of design. Yeah, we got a lot of cool people and a lot of cool talent. We're trying to keep this stuff as lean as we possibly can. Realistically, we're trying to be as efficient as possible, and we're going to make some smart tests. We really work on this on a quarterly basis, and you guys are going to be able to get all of these things going. Crushy's asked, how are you in the team's mental health? I'm great. I can't complain. I want to be very honest. V is actually doing incredibly well. He is, he'll be here in chat, here and there, especially in holder chat. You'll see him. He's working. He's grinding. V is also in a much better mental position, as he doesn't have to worry on a lot of the things that he previously had to worry. I think the relationship that he has built with myself has allowed him to be very complementary in our skill sets. I don't need to worry about the art that he's working on. I just need him to continue to deliver the art on his timeline, so he's working on that. We've unblocked a lot of the operational stuff. We still have a few hurdles, right? And, every company has real hurdles. We're an early stage, startup, right? So everything is going to be a real challenge every single week. And again, this market is a real challenge. I mean, you guys, if you've been hearing me, I'm willing to take all the shots, right? Which is really important here as well. This is going to be really, really important here on this kind of design. Yeah, I mean, Noza, it's not a bad question to ask, right? Is like, what do we need to do, right? Is, as CEO of Tribe and now partner in Ether, and not sure how many other projects you're in right now, how do you juggle between projects and ensure you spend enough time to build up Ether? I mean, I just have to hit my obligations to Ether, and that is product, comms, marketing, and growth. We're already kind of doing that fairly well. The question is going to be whether or not we can actually hire the right people that can be leaders on what they're doing. And that's a hard thing to do. The great thing is Tribe's business model is supporting other startups. So this isn't a challenge, right? Tribe's ecosystem is actually really healthy. That's actually one of the biggest advantages we have is that Tribe continues to have one of the healthier communities with high engagement and high value. And most of the Tribe holders and Tribe community members know where our priorities are. Tribe has its own product roadmap. Tribe has 3 mints, that are getting teed up for our community for soul holders. We have a PFP mint coming. We have an art mint coming, which is pretty cool in photography category, and then we have a comic book mint as well. So one of the things I've been really good at is I've always been good at managing multiple small teams, and because of that, it allows me to continually be here. The other real big thing, and you guys will see, and most of the Tribe users will let you know, is I only fucking work. I fucking grind. Like, I am traveling, right? But I'm not traveling because it's fun holidays. I am traveling because every fucking place I'm going is a partnership. I'm here in Antwerp, Belgium for 2 major partnerships. One of them is for the Corrupt partnership, getting a lot of that stuff done for the physical side. One of those is the photography partnership that is going to be for the Tribe upcoming min. Paris was for a fashion partnership and a technical partnership. Amsterdam was for a cannabis partnership. No, I'm joking. Amsterdam was more fun, I'll be honest, but I didn't even get to have any fun. Because the crazy thing is I was in Amsterdam when this relationship was being built. And what's really cool is that I'm just always here. And when I'm always here, what's kind of really powerful here is that all of this design is live because I know how to build live communities. So that's really where I can kind of spread myself pretty nicely. And then almost all the other partnerships we have are also kind of structured. Just to, and again, I'll be fully transparent. First of all, they're all on my profile if you look at it. But here are a few of the other partners, if you're interested in learning, real quick, that are also within Tribe. One of those is a company called Jungle. Again, this is an incredibly smart founder who's raised a $6 million round. He's going to, he's building stuff in the category mobile, and really amazing dude. And I've already been working with him as well. Yep. And as you know, Joao is also one of the largest Ether holders as well. So this is the other fucking amazing thing. I think Joao owns 60 Ethers at the moment right now, or 69 Ethers, or 70 Ethers. Gosh, who knows, right? It's quite a bit. One of our partners is one of your biggest holders. So that's usually a good sign here as well. So you got to love it here. The second thing, second partners that we have at the moment right now, we have our own internal projects, but we don't plan to mint those projects, quote unquote, anytime soon. We know where we're looking for in terms of a healthy basis, which is really nice. We do have an upcoming partner we'll be announcing, but again, that is a strategic advisory partnership. And what's really cool is that we can keep building this forward. I'll do, when you're in whale holder chats, in our first whale holder session, I will make the animal noises for you guys. Don't worry. If you really want to hear some animal noises, I'll drop it there. That's where it's going to be. You got to be a real whale to be able to see that as well. Don't worry. And then I'll give you guys. Yeah, I could do some barks, some howls. I could do some like angry orangutan, like that kind of stuff. It'll be pretty random, right? The real utility that matters behind all of this. I don't know why you guys love this shit, but whatever. This is where it'll be fun. But the reason why you could count on me is that I've shown up for 1 year straight, pretty much every fucking day. If you actually want to know an insane stat, I have chatted in my Discord 98% of days in the last 12 months.
That is probably one of the most ridiculous fucking stats you will ever see, right? And that's the thing, is that I'm not asking you to believe me, I'll do it, right? What I'll let you know is I fucking show up, right? Don't get me wrong, I have to be really smart with my time as I get to this position. But the thing is I live, breathe, and sleep Web3. Literally, Web3. Not only have I been doing this here, uh, yeah, I just say GM every fucking day. That's it. But you know what's the other crazy stat? You want to know what the other most insane stat is? If we're only counting weekdays, I have done a live audio event over the last 10 months, 11 months, a live audio event, 88% of weekdays. Meaning for at least an hour, I am talking directly to our communities in some fucking manner, right? It's nuts, right? You will not have to worry about me not showing up unless the fucking good Lord kills me at this fucking point, right? That is the only thing, right, that happens. It is crazy. Our community literally gets confused when I don't show up for a day. That's what they expect. And, straight up, that's what you guys will expect out of me as I keep trying to build this, right? And that's kind of the reason why you could have maybe conviction. But again, that conviction needs to be shown here. So definitely a fair question, Noza. Always appreciate it as well. So you guys can kind of be there here. And again, it is a lot to juggle. It is not what it is not what most humans are built for. But my advantages is twofold. One is I've been in the trenches. I've raised venture capital. I've scaled companies to my own. I've been CEO of a company where I went from 0 to 200 employees, right? And then same thing is that, I've been in trenches where companies where, I joined as early employee and scaled it to 500 to an exit of over $650 million, right? As an executive. I've also, being very transparent, I've been in the trenches where I've raised venture capital and I didn't succeed, right? I only got to a break-even exit for my investors because I didn't hit my goals. So I've been in the lows, I've been in the highs, but I've gone through it all. And, same thing is that I'm a user of Web3. I think that's probably the biggest difference between me and other founders in the space. And what I mean by like a user, it's because with my constant communication, right? And again, you'll see more of my comms on Tribe than potentially here on Ether. I'm going to be adding more of that, of course, here to Ether. You're going to see that as soon as I get out of this product cycle, because I am the product lead here right now for Ether, right? Is once I get out of this product cycle and get this unblocked, like I'm actually drawing the first UI UXs, right, for every screen for the product. Like I'm writing the user story for the products. I am actually handing this off to each of the team members to make sure they're getting it there. So I am working behind the scenes. Once I get through that rotation and essentially get through onboarding of users, what you're going to see here is that I'm going to be a lot more active in chat, right? And you'll see it even further. And you already can see how active I am with live comms. I've shown up to multiple of our community Ether AMAs. I've shown up to a couple of partner guys who've just been chatting about Ether and wanted to learn more about it. That's kind of the big thing here is that I want to just be able to keep showing up. And because of that, we're going to see some really cool things here as well. So guys, with that, most of you should have received by now Ethereal Beauty 002. This is just simply a small little, badge that you are here during this event. These will have a little bit of different utility and value later on, and we'll share more about it. We just want to honor you guys who are always here, and I appreciate it. As long as you were here at the start of the chat, as long as you were here about as of 15 minutes ago, you would have got it. With that, give me a second. Maybe let's open up some capsules here real quick and see if I can pull a corrupt and rub it in your guys' faces. Give me just a second here real quick. And let me set that up. Well, I should go buy a capsule. What capsule should we buy? I bought one capsule right at the start of this event. I like this weird number 5474. I'm gonna buy that one too, real quick. Unless one of you guys want to gas up and take that from me. You can. It'd be pretty funny if someone did. Okay, let me buy that one real quick. Alrighty then. I think I own. Hold on. Let me just check my portfolio here. What do I have on this one? I have what? Oh, I think I have 2 capsules now. I think. Right? No, maybe. Sorry. Give me just a second. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay. Let's open. Yeah, let's open these 2. Give me just a second, and I will get the page set up. I'll share my screen because it's always fun to see a live break. You'll also see the website get updated next week with just some text changes, and then we are working on a full new website, which will be pretty fun. Let me connect my wallet. Great. You go to the reveal page here. Great. I got some cool ones here. Let me share my screen. Let's see if I'm going to get some good personalities, or let me see if I'm going to get some special ones. Some pretty good breaks, which has been nice. A lot of the ones I've got were like super clean. Yeah, I need some good personalities, man. They have these. It's actually, I think every break has been a female thus far for me. I think. Let's see. Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, I think so. It's working, right? Cool. Come on. All right. Let's start with this one I just bought, 5474. Let's reveal this, baby. Let's pay some gas. Oh, baby. Wow, this gas is high. Whatever. We do it for the fam. Capsule burnt. Here we go. What are we going to get? A cutie. Personality. A dope rare trait. Oh, give me a rose background if I'm going to get like a flower background, I mean. I got a male, good colors, kind of all fits, all black with the outfits, black and brown. Decent aesthetics, good personality here. But it's an okay pull. We all know what we're trying to pull. We want some rare traits up in here. I do like this black trait here. So dope. Okay, cool. We got this one. Let's open the other one. This one was like a cool number, 5480. Let's reveal this baby. All right, let's pay for some nice little gas up in here. Oh man, I cannot wait for the unlock period to end so we could actually see real floors on everything. It's super annoying that one guy who has it listed at 0.10 for ethers, but a little bit of the debt we have to live with. It's not that far away, about 10 more days, I believe, or so. We should have it. All right, let's reveal capsule burnt. Oh, baby, can you give me just one corrupt? Just, give me some of that spirit luck that spirit keeps getting. God, that guy's got some of the best luck in the world. Oh, baby, what are you giving me? She's clean. She's got a hoodie. We got the same hat here. She looks fine. Again, good personality here at the moment right now. The nice thing is I like these clean ones here. You want to do more capsules? All right. I'll pop a couple more. Give me just a second. I think I have to switch to my personal wallet. Dun 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 dun. Give me just a second. What? Okay, one sec. It's not work. Give me a second. Clean personalities. Okay. Oh wait. Stop sharing. Okay, give me just a second. Alright, connect wallet. Let's see if this works. Alright. I think this works. Let me Oh, I got 3 in this one. Ooh, maybe I'll just open 1 or maybe I'll open 2. We'll see. Oh, sorry. Let me share again real quick. Ooh, go live. Oh, let's go. Okay. Yeah, let's keep gambling. Open till I get a corrupt. Shit, I'm gonna be broke really quickly. Okay, yeah, okay. I'll do the 5415 and 5418 ones. Why not? And I'll leave the 4615 for a later day. All right, let's do 5415 first. Let's reveal this. Overpay for some gas in this stupid. What is up with gas at the moment right now? All right. I know MetaMask always like overstates it. Come on. I just want like a rare trait. I do really want a flower background, and I do want a. I mean, of course, I want a fortune. Oh, fortune would be amazing. Give me one of those lady fortunes. I don't need any more good personalities. I got a lot of them. I mean, as long as it's a clean, good personality, I'll take that. But I want something rare. Give me something rare. Another clean, good personality with a choker trait. I mean, I do like the bikini kind of style here as well, but I'm getting clean ones at least, which is nice, right? Which is nice, but come on, we all know what we want. We all know. Oh, okay, let me go back to reveal, I guess. All right, whatever. I'll break all 3 of these for you guys. Come on. Please. My luck's been bad today. Those have been 3 breaks that have been just commons. I mean, it's normal. Last time I pulled a mechanical arm, devil on the shoulder, and a deity hands, which is really nice. Those 3 are pretty solid. So I need that luck back. I need to see where these magics are. What's 5418 gonna get me? Come on, just a cutie. Just give me. I don't know. I don't know what other rare traits do I want. Let's see. It's pretty cool. Rare umbrella here. Got some Onis in the back. It's kind of all fairly decent color coordinated here. And we got a vamp. This is a pretty good background here. Generally solid. Okay, at least I got one of the rare Oni backgrounds, and I actually don't think I have this umbrella. This is the second rarest umbrella, I think, or maybe the third rarest. That's going to be pretty cool. So, okay, cool. Well, at least they're all somewhat in the pink color, so that's nice. All right. Oh, why does it always keep going to this main page? All right, let's do the last break here. Let's see what the Lord has in store for me. Oh, give me something beautiful, please. Like a corrupt. I just want one corrupt. Is that too much to ask? Or is that too much to ask? Just one corrupt? Yeah, I mean, I have to pray, man. That's the only way I can get this to work, man. I need something cool. I still love this animation. Like they've done such a great job. Like shout out to the web team and the front end team. They did a killer job. Oh, please give me something sick. Okay, good personality again. Again, it's clean. That's the nice thing here, right? But okay, let's do this. I'm gonna everything can't be a grail. I love how you guys always want to say everything's a grail. I do love you guys. All right, let's do this. I'll do one more really quickly. I'll buy one really quickly. Give me a second. I gotta. Let me just quickly switch over. I'll buy it on the team account. Oh man, how many am I up to now? Oh, I have too many. Okay, one sec. Let's go to Blur. Let's go buy some shit. What are we gonna buy? Let's see if our luck gets any better. I need to pull. Okay, these are the last 2 I'm gonna do today. I gotta get. The nice thing is, We also have some capsules in our treasury, which are pretty cool. Oh, someone just bought one for 0.259. Which one was this? What was a special number? Oh, ID 795. I like that number. Shout out to whoever bought that. Do I go buy this 908? Let's buy. Oh no, it's Soul Sacrifice. Bastards. Bastards. I forgot. The animation took a while to update. Alright. What are the numbers you guys like? Is there any magic numbers you guys see? I know you guys all have some weird logic behind this. What am I buying here, guys? Hold on. Oh, let me share my screen. Something in 5,000. They're all in 5,000. This guy with the whale bought everything. What else do we have? So we have, okay, it starts at 5473, 5476. Let's just buy the floors up. What should I buy? 5476 and 5478, or should I buy them together? Curious, what do you guys think? 5479. What is this? Never give up. You're so close. So close to what? Spending all our ETH? Oh, you guys are crazy. You guys like odd numbers? Why do you guys like odd numbers? All right. 54. I'll just buy these two together. 5476 and 5477. Let's just buy these together. Let's just call it a day. Then we could go back to Ether and break some shit. Because why not? Let's give the people what they want and get to see me get a bunch of nice personalities. Let's do it. Yeah, hopefully, as long as they're clean personalities, I like it. Could be pretty cool. Okay, did I buy those? Okay, I bought those. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's go to reveal. You guys can see my screen, right? Yay! Okay, I like revealing them one at a time. Here, let's go nice and slow. So we'll start with 5476. Oh, I just want give me like something that's just like. I think the triple pink one was actually really nice. I'll give him. I like that pull, but being the only like rarish pull here, is a little womp womp. I need to increase our standards here, so we're gonna do it here as well. Let's see if the ether gods are in our favor here. Let's capsule burn. Yeah, just give me at least give me that flower background at least. I want a flower background, or give me a dope new wave kimono. You know, just those are two nice little things I'd like to see. What do you got me? Hey, let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Hey! Fucking clean ass corrupt with a fucking halo! Hey, shit, this is fucking great. Let's run this shit. God damn, what a win. Oh, that made it. Like, we had to go buy some more. Oh, fuck yes. Pulling a fucking corrupt. This is fucking great. Oh, and it's got the devil tail too. Ooh-wee. This one's fucking fire. Oh, shit. Now I got a dilemma. Do I use this corrupt? This one's sick. Yeah, devil tail and angel halo. This is fucking fire. Oh, thank God I got this because I really want the physical that we're building for the corrupts so I could finally fucking get one. Hey, let's fucking go. God damn, that's fucking great. Oh, god damn, I'm really... Yeah, this one does fit the saint name really fucking well, but god damn do I love my... The reason... Okay, I'm gonna share this. The reason I really, really fucking love my current one is because I love that a common feels so rare, which is fucking amazing, but god damn feels good to pull a corrupt. Ah, yes, sir. Okay, let's go. Well, I still got one more to open. Let's fucking go. Come on, back-to-back corrupts, please. Back-to-back corrupts. Okay, I'm being greedy now. Wow, god damn, that felt good. I ain't gonna lie. Alright. I'll do a giveaway for you guys here. I don't know, how do I do a fucking random giveaway? I don't think we have a giveaway, but I don't know if my boy Drew's here. But I'll do it. Yeah, that was a floor one. I just bought one of the ones at 0.25E. I just bought them back to back. Yeah, that is crazy to pull away here. Let's see. now I'm gonna get like a bad personality. Yeah, I'm gonna get one that's just all over the place. Let's fucking go. Oh god, that feels good, man. Pulling a fucking corrupt. I love it. What do we got here? Oh, still clean, good personality. You know, again, very simple here as well. I like it. I like the Ether jackets. I mean, this is the cool thing about why Ether's been such a fucking good brand is that the jerseys, the other cool things that come with this, these jackets, like again, we do want to figure out how to do some stuff in fashion down the line. Those are a little bit more costly. You know, the other real reason is like, if we're gonna be able to do this, it needs to be affordable and quality as well. But at least I got pretty decent cleans. I got some cool ones here as well. We're gonna do some pretty amazing things. Ooh, I will not accept offers for that corrupt. That corrupt is too fucking good. Oh, this is amazing on this front. I don't know who I mean, whoever I bought it from, I think it's the same whale who just bought a shit ton, right? So what it was 5476 was the pull, right? I believe so. Yeah, 5476 was the pull. So this was from here, you could see it. I bought it from 5088C8. Yeah, and this guy has all of it. He bought like 10 capsules straight connected, and he has them all listed at floor. So I literally bought all my capsules from this guy. So you got like, you know, good 1 ETH, 2 ETH, but he did not get his corrupt. Let's fucking go. Alrighty, y'all. This was fucking fun. Like he had actually, I think he had like 15 or so. Here, let's see his activity real quick. No, his activity, not history. Yeah, look how many he sold, dude. This guy had a shit ton. Look how many he sold from in the last 11 days. So he had pretty much from 5.4. What's the lowest one? 5.459. That looks like the lowest. So he had 5.459, 5.458, and he bought like all of these. So this guy just made a shit ton. I mean, I say shit ton. I know his mint was higher than this, but he got a lot of good liquidity here in the last like 2 weeks. So what that is? How many sales? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 times, right, 0.25. He's made about 4 ETH, right? A little over 4 ETH because a few of them are a little bit higher than that. He could have just opened up this one and he would have had one at roughly 4 ETH here as well. Exactly. He could buy this fucking clean corrupt. Alrighty then, guys. I'm not sure. I will do a giveaway tomorrow. I'll set it up. And then I appreciate you all. I will do a giveaway for all of you guys who got this roll. So if you were here, you're good. I'll do a giveaway just for you guys here as well. I'll make sure the giveaway runs for like 72 hours here as well, so you'll be good on that front, and you'll be able to join in. And I'll give away a couple of floor from it, and I'll figure out some cool little fun ways to give away, which will be pretty cool. But damn, that was dope. I appreciate you guys being here for that. Fucking, let's just go see this beauty really quickly so we could see. You can see look at this. Oh, God, I love this one. I'm just excited because this dude is straight up fire. Here are the other nice personalities we grabbed today, right? So we got these two and this. So we opened up 6. So there's 4 in this account and then 2 in the other account. This is actually in the Tribe Vault account at the moment right now. Oh, check out. There's so many good ones, dude. There's so many good waifus here and stuff like that. Yeah, the Tribe Vault now has 77 ethers in it. And then I believe my personal account has 60. So yeah, we're as you can see, we're really behind this brand. We're putting a pretty big opportunity here as well. I will most likely PFP it. I I actually still prefer this one. I know that sounds crazy. This one is a sick PFP. I am not gonna lie though, it is sick. But of course, for my corrupts, I will PFP it here shortly and turn this in because it was actually funny. Like shout out to Lychee. We were talking about this earlier, and we were about to kind of push this. He's working on some really cool art as well, and we were like thinking. I was telling him, I was like, "Oh, I want to buy a corrupt," and I was thinking about a red one. Fucking pretty awesome to be able to pull a red one here as well, right? Which is pretty cool. I agree. I think it does. It definitely is pretty cool. So I'll definitely hear. Do you guys want? How about this? I might just leave my Twitter PFP. I don't know. It works so well with the name Saint. Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah, is it Lychee or Lychee? I don't know. I also pronounce it Lychee legitimately, but they told me it was Lychee. Lychee or Lychee? What do you prefer? He's not even. It's Tesla. Just call me Tesla, bro. Call me Tesla. Tesla driver wanted is what he really wants to be fucking called. Oh fuck. Lie or Lee, it's fine. But what do you prefer? If there's a choice, like, is there a correct way you want it? Right? Is what I'm more interested in. Yeah, we'll make him commit to one of them. Lee is more common. Okay, Lychee. Okay, cool. We'll use Lee then on this front. Lychee is kind of how Indians say this as well, or like a lot of the Western Asians say it as well. Yeah, but I kind of switch it all up. But guys, thanks for being here for this. This was great. I hope you got a lot of good updates. Corrupts, I'll follow up here as well to give you guys more updates on what's happening there. I can now legitimately join Corrupts, which is also really great here as well too. When I get the reward system going out, I'll make sure to ping all of you guys with this role so you could enter. And like I said, next week, whales, white whales, blue whales rolls are going to go out. And then we'll also be sharing and bringing on some more allocation is kind of one of the other things that I want. Which I think will be really fun. I hope that you guys will be able to keep kind of scaling through. And yeah, don't worry about the floor as much. I know a lot of you were like, floor not going up. Again, this is an accumulation period if I want to be very transparent with you guys, right? What am I really trying to share here as well is that our goal is not to pump this floor price without real value being created. Right now, there's not any crazy real value being created yet, right? We hope that you guys have conviction in us showing up and what we're doing here, but we want floor to go up with product value, right? We want floor to go up when people can realize this is a brand that is building. We're here for less than 2 weeks. Oh, if you missed the roll, you missed the roll, man. You got to be here for the event. That's how this works. That's how we all get it here as well. So we're gonna have kind of fun little ways for you guys to get access here, in our world. So just know, like, guys, we're 2 weeks in. Realize I came into Ether, right? With I got to go verify Lychee, or I just got to go give myself the fake roll myself right now. Actually, it should auto. Oh, I guess I just have to hit verify again. It'll go through Vulcan again here. So the nice little thing here, right, is that, we are coming into this 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in. So just give us time. This is a real hiring, scaling, building all this opportunity up as well. It's going to be really, really nice. Piv, I got you. Don't worry, Piv. I got you. I got a few of you guys here. Yes, I have no problems. I am actually Indian. I'm born and raised in America my whole life. Sorry, Barry's asking what's my ethnicity.
My family is Indian. I was born and raised in California. I sound very white and I'm very American. I speak really broken Hindi or Indian, and then I also speak really broken French and really broken Spanish. So if you ever want to try communicating with me in those languages, you will get some awful language back from me. But I try. Oui, je parle un peu de français, mais j'oublie beaucoup de langues parce que je n'étudiais pas pour 10 ans. Yeah, my Spanish is even more was way worse on that, right? Which is crazy. If my Spanish, and the worst part is, so I actually lived in Central America for a bit for a couple of years, and I now mix Spanish and French all the time, right? These Latin-based languages, it's brutal. So I will absolutely ruin and decimate French and Spanish when you talk to me. My Hindi is actually surprisingly the best out of all of them, and clearly English is what I'm doing. Hey, shout out to KV and K Vintastar. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it KV Intastar or K Vintastar? I don't know, man. It's so hard to figure out all of it. Kevin. Yeah, it should just be Kevin. Of course. Why? I'm pretty stupid, huh? Just Kevin. Kevin Tester. Now it's weird. But shout out to Kevin. This dude does some fly ass shit. Hey, Kevin, I got another one of you to animate, right? I need you to animate this. I need you to animate. Jeez, my new corrupt, right? This low. I'm gonna give you the low res version of it. I think someone already posted the high res version of it. But shout out to Kevin, man. He does amazing stuff. He's killer on it. Shout out to my money girl. I love. And yeah, Beat. I've been reading it. I see. That's the thing. It's so weird with names and stuff like that. It's crazy. But yeah, shout out. He just sent me this money girl. I think this is one of the flyest, cleanest characters in the entire Ether collection as well. I love me my money girl, and she is making it rain. Shout out to Kevin for that. And then he did such a great job. He actually went even way over the top on my current profile picture, which is really sick. But I'm more of a minimal dude. But he did some other really cool things. Yeah, he did OGs and a few other dope Reapers. So I'm definitely gonna keep doing some crazy stuff. Yeah, Kevin's done some dope ass shit. And man, if you got a kimono wave, how the fuck do you not get these dope ass kimonos? Like, I love the wave little feature he created. It does bring the shit to a whole nother level. So, it makes it really dope. Yeah, dude, there's some crazy good, like, dude, that's the one thing I love about Ether. I'll kind of wrap up here as I actually have another meeting in 15 minutes. All of our Tribe Diamond holders, feel free to check. But there's so many dope fucking characters in this. Like, actually, one of the things I need that electro hair trait, bro. Oh my god, I need to get some electro hair. That is one of the cooler traits as well too. So hard to be able to get to that. So lots of cool stuff, guys. So guys, I appreciate you being here. I hope this was valuable. Shit, we've spent an hour and 45 minutes and still had 250 plus people, peaked at 300 people. Right? We're building something internally here. We're going to keep going to that next level. Keep seeing that. If you have questions, especially if you're a holder, say it in the holder chat. I'm here. I'm accessible. I try to answer all of your questions head on. It doesn't mean I'll be able to always give you answers on exactly everything, but we are trying to be as transparent as I can. I hope these are valuable for you. I hope this gives you more of that and builds towards your conviction, and you continue to be curious about what we're building and what we're doing. Ooh, that's a really cool one. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Inez? I'm very curious here as well. It should update. If you've been here, it will give you it. I'm not sure if it's taking time, but I'll make sure to check. Don't worry. On this, I know you guys want me to say it in that way for his name. That's why it's so. I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly, man. I really want to make sure. I literally want to know how to say your names correctly. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I almost need to force you guys
to. Bro, is it? Are you kidding me? Are you actually saying your name is A Ness? Is that the right way of saying it? I don't know how many y'all are like y'all are crazy. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna put the phonetic spelling in all of your guys' names, and you're gonna help. Arness. Okay, Arness is okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're into it as well. Revealed to be bald. No, man. Sadly, I need a fucking haircut. I have like a huge beard right now. Because dude, like, I don't know. Again, it's so hard to find a good barber when you're traveling in a whole different country. I actually need to be able to find this out. I have a crazy thing. You guys are so weird? Why do you guys want to see a creepy photo of it as well? I don't have a neck beard. I just have a very long beard. Like I need to trim. Like when I usually rock a beard, it's like I'm usually doing like a fade or something like that. Right now, though, I definitely look like a homeless dude at the moment right now. But like I said, I will give the corrupts. They will get to see my hair, I guess. That's what you guys really want. I will give you guys a face pic in that chat tomorrow. So of course, all the corrupts, and you'll have to trust the corrupts, right? That will be the fun little thing here. You could trust the corrupts on whether or not I have hair. But yeah, I am rocking right now an incredibly long beard. Also, the picture for 3 capsules. God damn, y'all are crazy. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you all for just being a part of this. I really love the fact that hey, we could do these conversations and connect, and also pull a corrupt live. Hopefully, maybe a next event I'll pop some more, and we'll maybe pull another second corrupt. I actually don't want to pull any more corrupts. I want to leave as many of the corrupts out there for you guys. I'm glad that I was able to pull one, and I was glad that I was able to do it with you guys, and I'm glad I actually grabbed one that's very similar to us, to my name and my style. Pretty cool. So, guys, appreciate you all. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you in the holder chat, and I'll see you guys in the corrupt chat here later today, or my today, your tomorrow potentially. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.